Let's talk about the media, because you mentioned they can write whatever they want, and
Yeah.
I'm absolutely dying to cover this because it's about me and, love myself.
Mm-hmm.
I tweeted, impeach Queen Elizabeth. This is clearly not a real tweet, but Michael Malice, I learned from the best. And I put a bunch of party hat celebration emojis, followed by the winking meme from WandaVision. Like, can I make it any more obvious? You can't impeach the Queen. That was the joke, because they want to impeach Trump. So basically what happened was, I don't know, something happened where the Queen was called racist, I guess. I have no idea. I don't care about the royal family or Meghan Markle or whatever it is they're doing. But apparently there was something about the baby, and then people were complaining about the Queen or something. So then I jokingly put impeach Queen Elizabeth. Jokingly. Obviously. In what reality would someone think I legitimately thought you could impeach a monarch? If it were that easy, we wouldn't have had a revolution. We'd be like, I vote to impeach King George or whatever. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about no accountability in media. From MEAWW, can Queen be impeached? Call for monarch's removal after Meghan and Harry's racism claim in Oprah interview. So this is just absolutely incredible. Let me read this paragraph for you. Several people criticized the monarchy for its ignorant response, which failed to address the actual issues raised by Sussex's American journalist Timothy Daniel Poole, better known as Tim Poole, use my middle name,
Oh my.
I'm in trouble, on social media even went on to call for the impeachment of the Queen. He tweeted, impeach Queen Elizabeth. First of all, she's Queen Elizabeth II. The other Queen Elizabeth, is dead, I'm pretty sure.
That's out of context. They didn't put all the emojis in
That's right.
Yeah,
their
they didn't
quote.
include that.
And they didn't put all the party hat emojis celebrating. The 35-year-old, who was also a YouTuber and political commentator, received support from people on the social site, as one user wrote, let's call Congress into session because we're the world police, right? This is a journalist. Like, a human being wrote this. And so some people have pointed out, they're not stupid. They did it on purpose. They're trying to manipulate the people who don't use social media into genuinely believing I would love for this to be added to my Wikipedia page. Just please. Tim Poole has called for the impeachment. It's here. Hey, NewsGuard certified source, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow.
But as if you could call Congress into session to remove the British Queen. It's amazing stuff. They write this stuff without doing any research. Let me read a little bit more. They say, another user commented, then let's make it happen. Before or after her next election, asked a third user. What?
Whoa. That's amazing.
Ladies and gentlemen, please share this segment with your friends and family to help them understand why the media is fake news. Not all of it, not all the time, but just come on. So I'm going to reveal a dark secret. I'm going to reveal a very dark secret, my friend.
Uh-oh.
I wasn't going to say anything about this, but because I've accomplished my goal already, I think it's now fair that I can reveal my experiment.
Yeah.
I've been saying for a long time I hate Twitter and I don't want to use it, right? And then I thought, but I got 810,000 followers and like there are people who follow me. What is the upside of Twitter? What's the point of using it? I mean, you can generate news coverage and attention for yourself, and it's a community, they're talking. But for me running a business, there is zero upside. It is only a detriment. Tweets are taken out of context. I'm accused of things I didn't say or mean, and I'm like, I'll say something that's like, I think the famous joke is, I like pancakes. You hate waffles. And that's what Twitter is. So I decided to do an experiment. I call this anti-tweeting. I tweeted, you need to understand the power of anti-tweeting. Journalists don't do research. So what you anti-tweet is taken as law. So anti-tweet stuff and watch the news world sound like lunatics. The point being, instead of tweeting actual opinions, tweet garbled nonsense and leftist tribalist talking points to see what happens. So I've tweeted Biden is the most popular president in American history. I've tweeted Biden rules, so excited for his speech.
Yes.
Just things that I don't care. I don't care about Twitter, but I have a theory. My theory was news media commentary on an individual is based off of their tweets and nothing else. They won't do research. And so I had this idea. If I spend a certain amount of time tweeting things that are absolutely counter to my actual personality say on this show, because I don't care about Twitter anyway, I'll tweet things like Biden is great, party hat celebration. I tweeted when they announced Joe Biden was going to give a speech, I was like, I'm so excited. I have been in anxiety waiting for the speech to happen. This is going to be amazing. Biden rules. And I'm like, I'm just waiting. I want to see if it'll work because I genuinely believe it will. I got the idea because I tweeted that the Mr. Potato Head thing was stupid. Who cares about the gender of a potato? And the Independent took my tweet and claimed I was an outraged conservative. And I was making fun of the people who are making fun of. Like, I don't care about a potato. So I'm like, okay, let's play this game. I'll just tweet garbled nonsense and left tribal talking points, like pro-Democrat stuff, and see what happens. And sure enough,
Amazing.
like only a week, an article pops up saying Tim Pool calls for the impeachment of the Queen. And I was like, it works. It absolutely works. So now I'm just gonna start. I'm like, I don't care if people follow me or not. I hate Twitter. I think it's an awful place. I'm just going to either the full on, Michael Malice is one of the masters of Twitter. He knows how to just tweet things that you can't decipher.
Yeah.
And then it's a reflection of the tribal individual. So if, when he says we don't deserve Donald Trump, that's like the easiest explanation because you don't know if it's for or against Trump. And then people who assume he's on the right will say, you love Trump. People on the left will be like, you're right, we don't deserve this. So I'm thinking like I'll do a series of those things, very ridiculous posts. Like I got to be honest, I did put the winking emoji on the impeach Queen Elizabeth thing. But when I typed in impeach Queen Elizabeth, I was sitting there thinking for a second, I'm like, is this stupid enough to work? Like, it's a really stupid tweet. You know what I mean? Like, is this going to trick any journalist?
Underestimate
Whatever.
journalists.
I don't care about Twitter. Click. And here we go. Now we have an article. Tim Pool calls for the impeachment of the Queen. But guess what? It's historical fact now, which means on Wikipedia, you can add a section that says Tim Pool called for the impeachment and removal of Queen Elizabeth. And it's certified. But here's the best part. My public statements don't count as a legitimate source, a reliable source. Here's the best part. MEAWW is a NewsGuard certified site. I don't know if it's considered reliable by Wikipedia. Someone could now add to my Wikipedia, Tim Pool called for impeaching the Queen. I can then publicly state to millions of people on my show, I was screwing with the media because I thought it was funny, and they can't add my explanation to the Wikipedia because statements from me don't count. But a journalist claiming I said something does. I figure if I carry on with this anti-tweet campaign, eventually get to a point where I can easily prove the paradox because my Wikipedia page should end up being garbled, nonsensical gibberish. Like Tim Pool, a pro-Democrat Biden donor who regularly cheers for Donald Trump on YouTube or whatever, and it's just like make it nonsensical. So what'll end up happening? Journalists don't do research, but my public statements don't count as a reliable source. The more journalists quote tweet me and the more they say Tim Pool did X, the more my historical record will turn into garbled, mangled nonsense. And I'm all here for it. It'll be hilarious.
I keep thinking about the Egyptian hieroglyphs, and I wonder how many of them were the garbled sarcasm.
I don't know. Twitter's a new thing, man.
So you
Yeah,
could
but
say
garbled
something-
sarcasm isn't.
You could be like, I'm a pro-peace isolationist who loves that Joe Biden just bombed Syria. You could say something like that. That's an anti-tweet.
Sort of. So not necessarily, right? Because if I said it's so great that Joe Biden bombed Syria, they'll read that as sarcasm. If I just say it's a good anti-tweet would be, I'm proud to have a president who can make decisive actions in the Middle East. This is real leadership, right? So it's like, that's not sarcasm. I'm just legit saying something stupid that I don't actually believe. But it's on Twitter. So I can explain right now. This is my favorite part about all of this. I learned this, because I'm watching how Wikipedia works and stuff. I'm watching how I can literally say in the microphone, I believe universal health care is something to strive for. It's a challenge to get there, but I'm absolutely in favor of it. Not like Bernie Sanders with abolishing private health insurance. I think social programs are fantastic, and I was a beneficiary of social programs that helped me stave off homelessness. But I do think there's corruption we should weed out. I can say as many left-wing policy positions as possible. I'm pro-choice. I'm actually in favor of diversity in films and movies, just not this woke garbage. Like, I'd actually love to see more women and people of color as lead roles in superhero films. And they will keep saying over and over again, it doesn't matter what Tim Pool says, he's right-wing. Okay, well, then I'll go on Twitter and get all the journalists in the world to say I love Biden. And then write whatever you want, but the official sources say Tim Pool loves Joe Biden. And then I'll have all the videos in the world on my channel where I'm like, Biden's trash. So I think it'll be it's an interesting, and you know what I realized?
I love it.
Let me explain too. I don't care about what these journalists say about me. I mean, there was a period maybe where I was like, I was worried that they were going to try and cause damage to my person, my business, my property. And now I'm just like, I really don't care.
Part of it's because when you have the microphone in a TV show of your own, it doesn't really matter what other people say because people are coming to you directly for the source. So you can always talk about that's how Rogan's navigated it throughout the years. It's just like, come on, guys.
Well,
like, people know who
I'll
you
clarify too, like deliberate attempts to destroy my business and defame and slander and those things. absolutely I will reject, resist, and if I have to, file court cases, right? I'm just saying, like, when they say insane things about me, like, that are opinions, Tim Pool is right-wing and, you know, whatever, and we don't like him, and he's an idiot, I'm like, okay, I don't care if you insult me. I don't care if you don't like my opinions. You can say nasty things about me, fine, whatever. But I can break the system. You know what I mean? I guess you just have to not care about Twitter, and I just really don't.
Yeah, not take it too seriously. Internet in general and, like, the way people feel about you, it's really, you know, as long as you have access to communicate with people, that's the key. I think when your rights are threatened, you're threatened with prison and, like, being removed from society, that's very dangerous. But as long as you're a free citizen, like,
I used to tweet my work. I used to tweet links to YouTube videos. I used to be like, here's my latest video, and I realized it didn't do anything for me. It just resulted in haters hating on me, tweeting garbage. So I just like, why am I bothering with this website? I could put out a tweet. It's the meme of Twitter. I could put out a tweet where I'm like, having a great, what did I tweet? It's like, I want to get chickens. And people are like, you're so dumb. You're an idiot. Okay. Chickens are stupid. You're stupid. And I'm like, what's the point of telling people I want chickens? What is the upside to being like, we're building Chicken City? On this show, we get critical comments, but most people are like, we're enjoying the content, Tim. Enjoy watching your show. Twitter is a place where you can go and yell at somebody. So I'm like, all right, let's have fun with it. Let's just go nuts. Journalists take this stuff seriously and they don't do fact checking or research. All right. I'll start saying a bunch of weird stuff and just see. I got to be honest. I didn't realize it was going to happen in like 3 days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
3 days. Tim Pool calls for impeaching the Queen. That's right.
Well, firstly, I agree with you. I think that would be cool if the British Parliament rewrote their constitution and
they don't have one.
Impeach their Queen. Don't
they
have
have
a
an unwritten
parliamentary
constitution?
Oh, well, they should write one.
No, they don't have a written
Take
constitution.
a cue, guys.
So it's
what
just
happened? Hey, can we talk about that story for a minute? What happened? Prince Harry and his wife Meghan called out the Queen for being racist.
No,
Not the Queen.
Oh.
I'm not talking.
Fake news?
No, royal family garbage.
Yeah.
We fought a war to not have to
Sad.
care
Right.
about.
She's
the
like
royal
Seriously.
90 though, isn't she?
She's abdicating or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for checking out this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. If you want to see the full show, come back to this channel, youtube.com/TimcastIRL, Monday through Friday at 8 p.m., where you can leave comments and super chat, and we actually will read your comments on the show. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and if you want exclusive members-only content, segments you can't get anywhere else, go to timcast.com, become a member, and we even have full bonus episodes. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.